I want to ask this, and just to get through it. Why didn't that artist make it? Like, what was their thing? Was it routine?
I was just talking about it. I think, man, when the world tell you have something, that's like sometimes the worst thing that happened to you.
Okay.
It's like telling a woman she pretty, right? It's like if you tell her she pretty enough, she don't feel like she got to try.
Yeah. Right.
So I think the guy, he was so talented, so gifted. And by the way, looking in hindsight, I know everything we did wrong. Okay. But the most important thing we did wrong was he was the talent, but he didn't want to be the talent. So he wanted to be the man. So like he played keyboards, he rapped and sang and on the keyboard, but he wasn't an artist. He was like, so he would bring people to the house and sing and play keyboard and all his other shit and be like, I want to get that song to such and such. And people like, man, that you need to sing that.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not an artist, I'm the CEO. And it was like, oh,
okay.
you know, so
okay.
So yeah, and then he didn't respect me. So one day he played the hell out of me, and he always played me. But the last time he played me, I remember just being like, man, fuck this dude.
What you mean play? Like what did he do?
Okay, so when people discover people, they sometimes feel like it's kind of like an ownership. It's like I discovered him, I put him on. So he flagged me down. He asked me to help with music, and then I dived in head first. So it's like at that moment, it's like I'm at your mercy.
Did you love the music? His music?
I thought he was the most talented person I ever met in my life.
Okay.
At the moment, you know what I mean? And I said he was talented. He was misguided. So I remember we was working together, and he would always play me, like kind of like, but not like he was kind of a nerd in school. So we went to high school and middle school together. So that's what made him flag me down. He was like, since we went to school together, you always know how to talk to people. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'll help you. And then he really wasn't popular like that. So sometimes, you know, people move with vengeance. Yeah. And he had this vengeance towards people because it was kind of like, yeah, y'all didn't see me. No, look how fucking talented I am. Y'all all in here watching me play the key. And he had that kind of arrogance. And, you know, I remember I brought Tony Draper to his house, Greg Street.
Draper?
No, but he lived in a house that was like, felt like this room, all black. And it was a fireplace in there. He lived in a cottage. So he lived like in like an outhouse. And he had this whole little setup, and he was just arrogant.
In the outhouse.
Well, I mean,
that was like our house.
No, it was our house, but everybody was broke. So it's like, you know how it is. A nigga, bro, you playing the keyboard, rapping and singing, and people are like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
of course you're arrogant.
Yeah, you're gonna feel away.
So he never called me his manager. He would always say, "I'm product, Ray is sales." That was how he approached me. Like, I'm gonna be product, you be sales. So it was this artist he was telling me, like, and when we would be trying to build our label, and he would be having like, this our artist, that's our artist, that's our artist, that's our artist. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, so one day he was like, but it's this one kid I'm looking for named Jay. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he was like, then when we find him, we out of here. So they found him. And then the crazy thing was that I knew Jay since we was fucking kids in the Hidden Woods on Gabi Road. I'm like, oh, that's my brother. What's up, Jay? I didn't know you rap. He was like, yeah. So I was like, let me hear you. And then he told him, hey, don't rap for him. He gonna push your shit because I told him to. You don't gotta rap for him. And then it was kind of like ha ha ha. And I'm a Virgo, bro. It's like, nigga, I don't feel the need to announce my next move. I'm not like oh fuck you, nigga. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. Yeah. And I just got my car, and I never went back.
Yeah.
And then when I got on, he would hit me like, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? And I'm like, bro, that's why it's so important how you treat people, man, when they on the come up, man, because motherfuckers remember how you treat them, bro. And it's crazy because like we cool. Like if I see him now, there's love. I love his dad, love his family, but nigga, how the fuck did you fuck this up?
Yeah.
Like how did you do that? Like, and the second guys I was with, same thing. Hey, we don't want you around. I'm like, why don't nobody want me, man? I'm really like, I hustle, I do whatever. But they didn't like how people felt about me. Because we would meet people and everybody would like, we would be out and people would be like, I'm here for him.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, that's cool with me. Like, but they hated it.
Yeah.
So they got rid of me.
So they were rappers? What
No. These guys was an entertainment company. And man, it's crazy. I was just telling a story to my author. I'm like, shout out to Banja, by the way. Banja, a good friend of mine. We still friends to this day, but they came here, they had me around. Like, nigga, I'm borrowing money to pay his rent. Nigga, I ain't even got my rent paid. Yeah. I'm borrowing because his rent was his house was where the studio was. I'm borrowing money to pay his rent and borrowing money to drive us to New York. We would drive to New York in my car And when we get there, his CEO, who lived in the project, shout out to Mark, I ain't trying to be a dick, I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah.
Lived in the projects, rats all on the floor. They like, that's our CEO. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I'm from the hood. We don't respect nobody unless they getting it or trying to.
Yeah.
And Mark didn't have hustle in him. He was just like, they African. So he was the CEO because he was the oldest.
Yeah.
Not because he was the best. It was like in their culture, age is everything. So like we would be in New York and we were getting my car that I drove up there that I borrowed money for. And I would have to sit in the back seat because Mark is in it and he's the oldest and he sits in the front. That type of shit humble you. Like, but it really taught me life. It taught me respect. That's why I love them still. But I remember, it's a funny story. I just talked about it 2 days ago. So we was in New York and they would give me, so they stayed in Staten Island, right? Because they were African. I don't know if anybody know about Park Hill, but Park Hill is ran by Liberians.
Okay.
Park Hill is where Wu-Tang is from. Liberians run Park Hill. So they all Liberian and they all like family. So like nigga, you can go knock on somebody's door and eat. Like now you can't just knock on my door and eat. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, who the fuck are you? Like, no, you could knock on the door and they would feed you. It was like crazy. So I learned a lot from them.
For sure.
But I remember, so they would give me a pocket full of CDs. And my job was to go out and hand the CDs out to niggas. Okay. Not pass it out. Like, no.
Get it in
like,
the right hands?
Get it in the right hands. Meaning I had to I was sneaking Puff Party, sneaking Jay-Z party with a pocket full of CDs and I would run up on niggas like, yo man, this is my artist, he dope as fuck. But my name or my contact was never on the CD. So I always felt the way because what happened was that people would meet us and be like, I'm gonna call y'all tomorrow. And then they'll call and they get this African dude that's like super African, like, hello, what's going on? You know, like, and they'll be like, where's the guy? Where's him? So then they'll bring me to the meeting and people would be like, hey, I remember you. Yeah. But I kind of had to sit in the corner. So we met this guy. So we was fucking with Puff's. Puff had a big white publicist named Lizzie Grubman. She was huge. She was like the white girl that put on the Hamptons. She's like the white girl that brought the Hamptons to like black people for what I know of. I might be wrong. But she had a friend and they met us. They was like white girls. They loved us. They was like, you know, we young black niggas trying to come up. They would let us in the club and such and such. Rules have a party here. Be there at 9 because I can't, you know, like they was looking out. So then they met this guy named, I don't even remember his name. I could find his name because he sued UBS Payne Weather because he posed in Playgirl magazine when he was in college. Okay. And he became a trader and they found out and they fired him. And he sued them for like $70 million. So he met them at a Puff party.
He won?
Yeah, he won. Okay. He met them at a Puff party buying Puff a $20,000 bottle. Like one of them dudes that bought Puff a $20,000 bottle was like, let him know I bought it. Let him know I bought it. So they was like, okay, we want to be in the game. Yeah. So they was like, we got these kids you should meet that want to be in the music business. So that's us. So they hauled us like, yo, I got something for y'all. I got this guy. He got like 60 million. He want to be in the music business and he willing to put money up. That's my first time I ever ate at Houston's. Okay. It's a true story. I hate the niggas I came up with. Like, you know how you tell stories sometimes you be like,
these fuck niggas.
How?
Man.
Not even fuck. It wasn't even that they fuck niggas. They, Banja, even George, all these people I'm talking about are good people. Good people, okay. They just dumb.
Just went right.
No, it's not even. It's just they overestimate themselves and underestimate everyone else. That's dumb to me, right? Yeah. That's what I mean by that dumb. So we meet the guy. The guy tells us meet him at Houston's on like 20th Street or some shit. We took the ferry. It's a good story, by the way. We took the ferry from Staten Island to the bottom of Manhattan, and we walked 2 hours to Houston's. 2 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, because we didn't have enough money to catch the train, or the bus, or cab. So we walked, right? And the whole time we walking, Banja is like, I don't care what they do, because you know they kind of had like a pride. They kind of had like a pride about themselves because they kind of felt like, well, they want to talk to us, then let's be about our business. Yeah. So, but they knew me. They liked me and Noah. So they was like, well, we get in there. Y'all better not eat. Yeah. I know it sounds crazy now, but they was like, they was African. It was prideful. So nigga, we walked 2 hours. So it's very important context to like, imagine walking 2 hours on a sunny day and you get to a restaurant, nigga, I want to eat. Yeah. Sure. But this nigga told me don't eat. Yeah. So the dude walks in the restaurant and he walks in and he's like, He's like, you know, nigga pulls up in the new bands, the girls, like, he orders shit. Give me champagne, this, you know, all this shit. He's like, and give me some finish there, but y'all hungry? You know, we all sitting across. We was like, nah, we should. Nigga look like.
What's wrong with these niggas?
And then he looked at my artist, Noah, and he was like, he's hungry. Swear to God. He was like, he's hungry. Yeah. And he was like, are you hungry? And Noah was like, kind of gave like that little, yeah. You knew he nodded his head, but he didn't want nobody to see. He was like, give him a cheeseburger and fries. Give him that. And I was like, I want cheeseburger and fries too. Yeah. Then the dude's looking like. So then this motherfucker, hey, I always fuck with him. And then his little brother, who was one of us, was like, I want a burger too. And then this nigga's like, I'll take salmon. And I always fought him. I'm like, nigga, you shouldn't have ate, nigga. Yeah, no, you should have. And if you ate, then you should have ate a burger like everybody else. So anyway, he sits at dinner. He's, you know, when you around people with money don't really have time for, like, they don't really want to hear you. It's like kind of like when you walk into a car dealership. You know, a car you want to got, nigga. I don't need to hear about the engine and shit, nigga. Give me that Lambo, nigga.
Yeah, give it to me.
Give it to. That's what I want. I came in for that, you know. So he was like real short with us, kind of like, look, so I got money, I'm gonna put it up. These girls gonna make the deal. Y'all good, talk to y'all later. So the next day, we go to the girl house, and this was the end for me with these guys. So we go to the girl house, the publicist, she live in Lower Manhattan, and she's like, all right, so look, Christian is ready to put up, I think his name was Christian, he ready to put up $200,000 right now. Y'all, how do y'all feel about that? We was like, nigga, we about to make it. This is it. So she said, all right, cool. So he told me to make the deal. So he gonna put up $200,000. What percentage of y'all company do y'all want to give up to him? So before anybody in the room could react, I say half. Like, I'm like, half. But I kind of was like, because these niggas had me in check. Like, nigga, I was like, they do boy. Like, it was kind of like, I did all the work, but if I said something out of line, they would punish me. They were like, kind of like, oh, well, Ray, you stay in the city. We're going to go eat. They was like, fucked up. Yeah. So I was like, ha. And then they kind of looked like, no. And then Bonja was like, 200,000, we'll give you 5%. And I look like, the fuck? Mind you, I met these people. I built a relationship. Yeah. Y'all niggas is at home in Park Hill eating every day while me and Noah out in Manhattan getting busy.
Yeah.
He said 5%. So she goes, cool. So you're telling me that your company's worth $4 million right now, valuation. He was like, yes.
In the project.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. So this is what I mean by like dumb. Like, I'm not being, that shit dumb. Like, it's like, I'm not, obviously I was right.
Yeah.
Obviously I was the right one, right? So I'm like, so she said, okay, cool. So you only give 5%? He was like, yeah. So then we walked out and I was like, the fuck is wrong? Why would you do that? He was like, Ray, if you believe that we're going to really make history, then I didn't do nothing wrong. And I'm like, my nigga, we broke and we walking everywhere. That money could change our life. Like, and he was like, and then the next day they called me like, we don't want to work with you no more. We don't want to work with you no more. So I'm like, what I'm supposed to do? Mind you, nigga, not that I've been paying your rent, not that I got all this debt because I'm looking out for you. You like, we don't want to work with you. All right, cool. But the artist wants to go with you. So I'm like, nigga, I ain't got no student. What I'm supposed to do with him? Yeah. And he was like, well, then it was very facetious. Like, well, I guess he's going to find out what you can really do. Okay, nigga. Yeah. That's why if you feel arrogance from me when I talk, that's where it comes from. Because it's like, okay, nigga. Yeah. I know you wanted me to go out to die. I know you set me out there like they'll die. Yeah. Bitch, I came back with it all. Sure. And y'all niggas came back like help. Yeah. And guess what? My team knows. Don't I still help? I still help them. Because in my mind, it was like, you still gave me something. Yeah. And they got rid of me, and then they got rid of me, and then I was calling the same people that we had met originally, and I'm like, yo, it's Ray, Noah. Oh, okay, what's up, Ray? What's up? Yo, we're not with them African guys no more. What? Pull up. Yeah. Pull up. And that's what everybody was like, let's figure it out. And that's how we got our deal.
That's the importance of good relationships.
That's the importance of being a genuine person. If you're gonna be a bitch, be a genuine bitch. No, seriously, you're gonna be an asshole, be a genuine. If you're gonna be a great person, as long as it's genuine, it's gonna work. Yeah. As long as we believe that that's who you are, it's gonna work.
Yeah, the $1 million question to that story is, did y'all walk back from Houston another 2 hours? Or did he give y'all a cab ride home? I
think that when it was all said, the girls might have came outside and asked us how we getting there. We said walking, and they was like, we'll get you guys a cab. This was like before Uber. They catch a cab and put you in the cab and pay the cab to take you to the ferry. Okay. And that's when they could be like, how much it gonna cost to take them to Staten Island ferry? They be like, oh, $40. Okay, cool, here. Yeah. So it was them days. Okay. So yeah, so now we walk back, but I had survivor's remorse for years behind that. Yeah. Cause it's like, imagine if like this your podcast. Whose idea was this?
Mine.
Cool. What's your name, bro? Huh? CJ. So CJ is in here, right? CJ is in here, and imagine this Omeezy shit. And CJ's like, man, I'll show up and work the camera for you, bro. You my bro. I believe in you.
Yeah.
And then 20 years from now, he that nigga king of podcasts, and you at home.
Yeah.
That you start feeling like, well, what the fuck was it about me? I didn't understand what it was about me. So I sought the knowledge and read books and shit. I figured it all out. Like now I can decode it all, but I couldn't decode it back then.